Hello, welcome back to, I don't know why I say that every video, it really irks me, but anyway, welcome back to another Mini Mondays. And yes, Mini Mondays didn't go up last week because, do you know what, Mini Mondays filmed fine, but my game day didn't, and that put me in a foul mood. It was funny, I was talking to Amanda from Mum Wife Budget Life, and I accidentally text her saying I had a mum function instead of malfunction. I was like, do you know what? I mean, they both same but different. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, so I didn't get it up because I had a little mini temper tantrum over my camera stopped filming. And then I was saying to Lei from Budget Down Under, then you're not in the right energy to like refilm and all the things. So I didn't have any resilience last week and I didn't refilm it, and I apologize, but it is what it is. So you wouldn't have seen this. I saved $5 because last week our affirmation was breathe in the good shit, breathe out the bullshit. And honestly, this should have been an omen for last week with my filming debacle, but I did not take this on board. I should be. Breathe in the good shit, breathe out the bad shit. Do you know, whatever. Do you know it's so true that what you focus on really like energetically makes a huge difference. And so if you're constantly focusing on this stuff, it is going to overtake, and that's all you'll see. Whereas if you focus on this stuff, you'll see more and more opportunities for the good shit. So I love that. Let's start with oh my gosh, what is going on? This money I've decided goes to my loving me envelope, because it doesn't get any love and it deserves some love. Also, we have school holidays coming up and I am going to need some satisfaction. I'm going to need some love. Okay, let's do this one. Alrighty, and you know what? As per bloody usual, I have been saying for weeks that I'll put this up on Etsy, and it just never freaking happened. I will endeavor to do that. Let's have a look at the affirmation. I don't need to effing prove myself to anyone. Oh, I love that. I absolutely agree. You don't need to prove yourself to any mother person. I don't need to prove myself to anyone. You absolutely don't. Every human being is worthy in their own right. I don't know if I've ever shared, but I grew up in a pretty tumultuous kind of household and had struggled with a lot of self-worth issues as a teenager, young adult, whatever. And I don't know if I can show that properly, but I have a tattoo on my arm that says I am enough. And do you know what I love? It's kind of a talking point for some people. I was working with a teacher recently and she said to me, oh, what does that mean? Where does it come from? And, we started to have a conversation about it, and she was like, oh, it was really thought-provoking for her. And she really appreciated the reminder that she's enough. So I love that. Okay. Sorry. Mini Mondays. What do we got? We got number 1 is birthdays. 2 is Christmas. I have loved seeing people do this kind of anonymously, I suppose, where you don't know which category is what. 3 is dogs. Could I be bothered with that? I'm not sure. To be honest. 4 is car. The party don't start till I drop in. Love this. So I don't know. We'll see, because I did say we'll finish the trackers that are currently in here or close enough. This one is ahead, and reallocate this money, and then I don't know. We'll sort of see what the plan is for Mini Mondays moving forward. Pretty fly for a fun guy. So there is our 6 categories, and I have here, to be honest with you, I don't even know how much we're putting in here today. I think 100. So 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. Let's do that, and we'll kind of disperse the tenors around so that we've got some. Oh my God, I am really bad at doing that. Okay, so I was just using that one, but I think it might be a little bit big for this dice tower. When I 3D printed this, I like shrunk the file a little bit because I'm impatient and I wanted it to be printed quicker. And so these mini kind of die work best. So I'm going to use that one, even though I think it's hard to see. Let me just see that you can see the envelopes, kind of. Alrighty, so we have here $100. Is that right? 10, 15, 25, 30, 40, 55, 65, 75, 85, 90, 100. Yep. Holy moly. $100 dues going into, what's this? Mini Mondays. So basically, if you're new here, or it's been a while because I didn't post a video last week, essentially 1 through 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and we just give one note off the top. Well, that was a good start. Don't know where in the hell that went. So let's try again. 6. How is everybody? I hope I've been feeling, if I'm honest, a little bit funky and flat. I don't really know what's going on, to be honest. And it sounds like more dramatic than it is, really. It's not really that, it's not that dramatic. It's fine. Just a bit like flat, I suppose, with work and mum life and all the things. Come on, 1 and 3. Wakey, wakey. Nope. So yeah, just a little bit flat, just a little bit not under the weather, although my daughter did have a bacterial infection this week, which has been very fun. Kind of looked like it was chickenpox, but only on her legs. And then, you know, friends were like, oh, they're just bites, or they're just, it's like allergies or whatever. No, ended up being some sort of bacterial infection. Last one. So good old Bactroban, and she came good within the day, which is good. Alrighty. Sorry about the TMI on the sick children. That's weird. Oh my God. Get it. Oh, the puppies didn't get any love. Okay. Let's do a 15 in Cancer. It is very quickly approaching my daughter's 6th birthday, which is a little bit wild. Does anybody else look back, like look at their kids and they're like, really? How have I been a parent this long? So we've got money in there. Were we counting these or are we not counting these? I don't know. 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70. I guess we're counting them. $70. So when we finish, we should have 100. 80, 90, 100. Perfect. I feel like that's a good amount as like extra in for minis to like go into these funds. These are our top priority ones. They do have a fair bit in them already. So like, I don't know. I really want to change this up to be something else. Oh my God. I put out for Santa. God. Christmas is Christmasing this year. $10, $20, $30, $40. Holy dooly. This tracker is only 65. So I feel like we're just, they're all under 10. Let's just do 4 icons. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And then how much is in here? Holy cannoli. Oh my gosh. 20, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, $105. That is quite a bit. So yeah, we'll finish these trackers. I reckon I might even do a rejig of these ones so that they all kind of finish around the same time, around 100, because obviously the dogs, although the dogs already has 65, so it's not like super behind, which is good because I don't want it to, you know, I don't know. Sometimes I like think about, you know, how I like play my savings and whatever, and I'm like, seriously, what is the point? But also if I don't do this, it's no fun. All right, $10. So we'll do the 6 and the 4 for 10. And we weren't going to count them, but I guess we are. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. I think it's good to see like how much is in them. So then I kind of can plan, okay, well, when are we going to stop and reallocate these and do some different ones? I love this so much. It is so stinking cute. How much did this get? $10.25, but we're just doing one box per note. So 1, 2, 3, 4, which is this row. Hopefully you can see what in the world I am doing with my very messy hearts today. What's going on? This is for our head, which is essentially like an emergency fund, but a longer, like we've already, if we look at the like the baby steps, we definitely have got like 2,000 in, which I think it's 1,000 but in American. So we've got 2,000 for sure. We've actually got like way over that, but I'm looking at like months ahead in terms of our income. I think a lot of people calculate it by like expenses, so like mortgage, groceries, etc., etc. I've just chosen to do it by like income, so that essentially if one of us is out of work, we have like our full income. One of the things that we really struggled with when I wasn't working and we went down to a single income was like we couldn't maintain our lifestyle. So I suppose that's the ultimate goal, is that, you know, eventually down the track, like we only have our mortgage, we don't have any consumer debt, we are looking at financing our renovation, but again, that's kind of it. So sorry, I have my student loans, which is XE, and our mortgage, but we don't have any consumer debt apart from that, although we do have a credit card, but I pay it off every month. But yeah, so essentially it would be good to have like 3 to 6 months, I mean ideally 6 to 12 months of like our full income set aside, accessible in our offset account, so that if anything happens, we're not pulling kids out of like sports lessons and all those sorts of things. Anyway, that was a big ramble. So 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 110 in a head, which like I'm not mad about it, because you know, it takes a while to save up, like, I don't know. I don't even know how much, to be honest. I haven't done the calculation in a long time, but essentially it would look something like, oh my God, let's not get into calculations. No one cares. Okay, $10 on this one, which is like all of them, the tracker finished. So let's just do number of notes, which is 2. So $10 going into renos. Also not mad about it. I really want to bulk this up. I want some new furniture and, you know, like decor bits and things. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, $70. Look, it's better than nothing. I actually don't know. Do we have a Renos envelope? I don't think so. I think it's just maybe in home. No, I don't even know if we have that. Anyway, that is it for Mini Mondays. Thank you so much for joining me and listening to my ramble. Let me know down below, like how do you see your Mini Mondays and like allocate them and all the things, because oh yeah, I just have a like wad of cash in the back here. I have no idea. I went to the bank today and then I was like, hang on, do I already have money for Mini Mondays? I don't know what's going on. Anyway, we might leave that there as like a buffer slash if things are tight, like really tight one week, then I'll just use that instead of getting more cash out. But yeah, let me know below, what's your Mini Mondays? How do you do it? How do you like to see it? And then this is getting quite chunky. Yeah, because I'm looking at, I don't know what I'm going to do with this. Anyway, thank you for joining me, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!